Okay. Welcome, everyone. This is another weekly installment of Uma's Spirit Chat and Free Readings. My name is Uma. For those of you that don't know, I am the CEO and owner of the Lotus and the Light Metaphysical Center. I'm located in Northern Virginia, but I love to do readings. And I love people. So I love to do this as a weekly kind of like give back, my community service kind of thing, where I can answer your questions. I am definitely a professional, experienced light worker. I'll talk a little bit about my experience in a second, but I always want to provide like a safe place where you can ask questions, you can get to the root of your questions with some sound advice, and of course, give free readings as well. So concerning my professional expertise, I'm certified in over 40 metaphysical modalities. I am a licensed massage therapist, licensed reflexologist, Reiki master teacher, Access Bars practitioner, psychic medium. I mean, everything you can think of, hypnotist, past life regression therapist. So I can answer questions in all of those modalities. I have been working 13 years as the CEO of the Lotus and the Light, and I have served personally over 12,000 clients in private sessions, and I've taught thousands of students. Primarily through my mentorship program, which I run twice a year in January and July every year. I love what I do. I can definitely say this is a great space to be in, working with people to uncover the light within themselves, to let them see just how joyous and happy and peaceful their life is. And by taking out those outer distractions, those distractions from the matrix. What does the matrix always want us to do? It wants us to be focused on a thing or a goal outside of our reach. For some of us, that is money. For some of us, that's love. For some of us, that's, the career of our dreams or our health. So I'm here to remind you that you are an infinite being and you can have anything that you want. You just got to put your mind to it. All right. Let me say a couple of hellos to Facebook. Hi, Ward. Hi, Rosa. Hi, Melanie. Hi, Kavita. Yes, we're going to get to readings in a second. And I saw a question come in from Melanie. I'm going to get to that in a second. Let me start with my topic today, which is spiritual mentorship. So a lot of times I get people that come to my center and, they kind of do like what I like to call the grazing, like how cows graze in a meadow, chew some grass here, go over there, chew some grass there. So a lot of people I meet at my center are grazers, let me take an angel class here, a fairy class there. Let me take a Reiki class here. And they just kind of jump around, but there's no rhyme or reason. That is a-okay to do. Listen, if you love your life and everything's going well, and the spiritual world, the metaphysical world is where you just kind of come, get relief, get to relax a little bit, then do you, all right? Graze to your heart's content. The problem is that like 70% of the grazers that I meet aren't happy. And that's when I started to ask Spirit the question, like, what is it that they need to do? Like what, they understand the concepts because they got a concept from a teacher here, a teacher there. Why is this like not sinking in for them? And why are they not like changing their lives so they can have that happiness, that peace, that joy? And the answer came back from Spirit. At that point, they need a mentor. And a mentor is going to help them open their eyes to understand individually what is going on in their life. You can't get that from grazing, right? Because if you go to a teacher, even if you come to me, if there's 20 people in a class, we're not going to go into specific things for each person. We're going to do a very basic class with a very general outline, right? So things can, like when you're grazing, you can get some of your questions answered, but not necessarily the questions you need answered. When I stepped onto the spiritual path, like many of you, it came after a spiritual awakening. Now, remember, we did the last video on what is a spiritual awakening, and that will be posted to my YouTube channel, right? So with that, after you have your spiritual awakening, we all know what that is, and we've all had our spiritual awakening. The next step is, what are you going to do with this newfound knowledge? For me, I am very grateful that I immediately dived into getting a mentor, right? Because I realized this is a whole new world I have no idea about. And instead of me turning to Facebook or YouTube to try to get answers from people who kind of know, but are not really certified or qualified to tell me they know, I was like, I don't want to do all of that. I want to go to the source and go with somebody who's been doing this for a while. So I just did a research in my area to see who was doing this kind of work, who was mentoring. And I found a really good mentor, and I worked with her for several years. And then after I worked with her, I decided to travel, and I traveled all around the world, meeting with different teachers, some the best of the best and some not so great, right? But that was the joy of learning. After 20 years of development is when I really stepped out myself as a mentor after learning all there was to know about the enlightenment process, the awakening, why people have like a midlife crisis where their life is just not as enjoyable as it used to be. That's when I started my mentorship program in 2012. The best thing I can tell you about getting a mentor is if you're in a place in your life where you're understanding that things aren't making you as happy as they used to make you, at that point, you might want to work with a mentor. Now, that mentor could be anybody, right? For some people, they like to go the traditional route, and that could be in the form of a psychic, a mental health therapist, a psychologist, a psychiatrist, right? Where they can talk about what's wrong and go from that viewpoint. Other people like to see healers or shamans or yoga teachers sometimes become mentors, right? And for other people, they decide to just go straight to the source and find a spiritual mentor. That's what I am. That's what I work as at the Lotus and the Light. I am a spiritual mentor, and I help people find the light within themselves. Sometimes people come to my center to find the light within them just for their own life, for their own satisfaction, their own joy. Nothing wrong with that. And then sometimes I get people that come to me and say, I want to learn about this whole process. And in turn, I want to give back to the community, whether it's doing things for free or setting up a business like you, Uma, and, working in this full-time or part-time or whatever else. Here's the thing, no judgment on any of it. You get to go where you're called to go, right? So for all of you watching, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're here with me on Zoom, put a 1 in the comments if you feel called to uncover that light within you, right? That just like desire to be better, do better for yourself, or that desire to work with other people and have them be better and do better, right? Put a 1 in the comments. And let me see where that's going. Oh, lots of questions coming in on Facebook. Hi, Rosa. Hi, Ward. Hi, Patricia. All right, Melanie, I saw you got a ton of questions. I will answer all of them, I promise you. All right. So the thing with a mentor, my mentor explained it to me this way, and this was so good that I kept it. I was like, can I use this? She said, yeah, sure, no problem. The way she described it to me is having a mentor is like tuning a radio. You guys remember having an AM, FM radio, right? You got to like tune it, turn the dial to get to like that station that you want to get to. When we step on the spiritual path, after having a spiritual awakening, you can definitely get to the radio station, which is the frequency you want to be at on your own. It's going to take a while though, because why? You've never been there before. So maybe your friend told you about this new station that plays all your favorite music. And now you got to find it, and you keep tuning until you get it. A mentor is someone who's going to walk over there and turn the dial exactly to that station. So what does a mentor do? It gets you there quicker. It gets you there easier. And it definitely gets you there with someone helping you through the process. That was the most important part of mentorship for me. When I was being mentored, I remember I went through so much changes, emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, and a lot of things did not make sense. When I had my Kundalini awakening, I had no idea what was happening. And it was so nice to have a mentor there explaining every step of the way. You know why? Because he went through it and he knew everything about it to talk to me about it. So that way I can be healed and not be fearful. So that to me is the number one reason why any of you, if you're having a spiritual awakening, you want to find a mentor and you want to look into being mentored, because it definitely helps with your spiritual growth and your process. Yes, Sharon, love that metaphor for a mentor. I loved it too. When my mentor gave that to me, I've had over 20 mentors in my years. And let me tell you, that was like one of my first ones. And she was awesome. And she had a really good way of, explaining things and putting things across. Hi, Thoko from South Africa. I see you. We're going to get to readings in a second. We're just finishing up the spirit chat. So now I'm going to just drop, of course, you guys know I do this for free, but I like to kind of drop my info in there if anybody's interested. For those of you that are looking for a mentor, I have a mentorship program that is starting Wednesday, July 6th in 2 weeks. It is online. So no matter where you are in the world, you can find me, okay? What is the mentorship program that I offer? Because yes, it's cool to get a mentor and get mentorship, that's all great and well and good, but what is this about? All right. My mentorship is focused on the person, because in my years of being a metaphysical mentor and a spiritual teacher, the biggest thing I've noticed is people aren't taking care of themselves properly. And people are way more psychic and intuitive than they give themselves credit for, and they're not using their gifts appropriately. So that is what my mentorship seeks to do. There is 6 months. You don't have to do all 6, but you definitely need to do the first 2 if you mentor with me, because July is intuitive level 1 and August is intuitive level 2. We work with strengthening the connection to your intuition. Listen, I'm a weird teacher, all right? I believe that you guys have all the answers. I believe it's not my job to give you the answers. It is my job to create a safe space for you to explore who you really are. So month 1 is intuitive level 1. We do things like, we talk about the law of attraction. You learn the 5 steps, how to appropriately do the law of attraction so you get your manifestations coming true. The second class is about energy and the light worker. We dispel the myths in the community about what energy and light working is. Big spoiler alert, there is no such thing as negative entities that can attach to you. And I have a reason why people have negative entities attached to them. And it's all based on the natural laws. So we go into that. And in the second class, you learn what kind of light worker you are, because we take a quiz and we get to figure out what your special abilities and talents are. Week 3, we go to the Ayurvedic and yogic system of healthcare. Do you know Ayurveda is the Indian healthcare system, and it is over 5,000 years old, making it one of the oldest healthcare systems in the world. In that class, you're going to learn what your dosha is so you can bring your mind, your body, your spirit back into balance using simple techniques, just finding out what your dosha is. And the last class in July is chakras. You learn how to self-diagnose your chakras, how to heal and rebalance those energy sites. All right. If you already like that, you definitely want to start with that. Okay. So I dropped it in the comments, the bit.ly/Uma mentorship 2022. It starts on July 6th, and it is online. It's a 2-hour class, 6 p.m. Eastern to 8 p.m. Eastern. And guess what? I am so chill as a mentor because I know life happens. I know we got kids. I know we got mortgages to pay, right? So even if you miss a class, you can still graduate because I record all the classes and you get to have them. You get to keep them indefinitely. All right. All those recordings. So check out those links and sign up, because sign up is open, and we tend to cap it at 20 students because, again, I want to give each of you my individualized attention. So let's go to the questions, and then we're going to go to the readings. Melanie, I am with you. All right. Let's go ahead and start from all the way up top with Melanie. If you guys have questions, you on Zoom, you could unmute and ask me, or you could just type it and I will get to it as I go through. All right. So the first question is, what is the difference between angels, guardians, and spirit guardians? Angels aren't assigned to anybody. All right. Angels came here to kind of like oversee the structure of how everything is running. They are always available for help, but we have to ask for help because there is a law called the law of free will, which means that no entity, no matter how much we beg, cannot help us unless we ask. That is why your ancestors can't help you. Your loved ones who passed away can't help you. You got to ask. So angels are there as kind of like a protective entity body to watch over this whole thing called life. Your spirit guides, your guardians are there to help you specifically. Each person that's born, you're born with a team of 5 spirit guides. We actually go over that in the mentorship program. Just again, shameless plug, right? So you get to meet your 5 spirit guardians and you get to talk to them and communicate with them and get the knowledge you need to live your life. So that's the difference between spirit guardians and angels. What's the difference between tarot reader, psychic reading, crystal ball, and pendant readings? Not a big difference. They all require, a psychic is someone who uses their clear senses, like clairsentience, clairvoyance, clairaudience, claircognizance, to give a message. Psychics are able to pick up on the energy of a person or the energy of a place or the energy of a thing. So those things that you just listed are just tools that we use. A good psychic can use tarot cards, a crystal ball, a pendant, runes, right? Dowsing rods. They can use all of those materials to understand what the energy of a place, a situation, a person is saying to them. Let's see. Is it true that I am gifted? Yes, Thaco, everybody is actually psychic. We are born with psychic senses because it is a way of safeguarding ourselves and protecting ourselves, and also in learning and how to be alignment with the universe and to create the life that we want. Now, not everybody's a medium, which is the ability to communicate with beings on the other side. Mediums are born or they develop over time. So a medium can communicate with angels, spirit guides, deceased loved ones, things of that nature. A psychic can read energy. So everyone is definitely gifted. Everybody is psychic, but not everyone is a medium. I've been told I have an angel in my hallway, but not my family. And, that's the interpretation of someone who did a reading for you, right, Melanie? I wouldn't put it down, because there's lots of angels. There's, of course, the major angels, the archangels. So there could be an angel that is assigned to that house or assigned to the land, or maybe there's just an angel amidst you that's helping you through a life situation that's kind of like overlooking you, right? So I don't want to shoot it down, Melanie. I definitely feel that if somebody told you there's an angel in your hallway, and it feels good, because you can feel the presence of an angel. Usually if an angel is around me, I would smell flowers, like really, really sweet flowers or sweet perfume. And you would just be filled with an overdeveloped sense of love and just gratitude and peace, because an angelic vibration is very high. So if you pass that point in the hallway and you feel those things, more than likely, yeah, you do have an angel there. All right. Yeah, you would never be scared because it's a very high vibrational, energy. Absolutely. All right. Is there any questions from you guys on Zoom? Anything that you guys want to ask about your spiritual path, your purpose, your journey, anything at all? All right, if nobody has any questions, we'll move right into the readings. So all you got to do is put your question in the comments for me. I will do a reading for you, a 1-card message. And if you don't have a question, you just want a general reading, you could just say, hey, can I get a general message from Spirit, please? All right. So who would like to go first? Rosa says, is there anything I need to know from my spirit guide? That is a good question to start with, Rosa. Let's see what the answer is. Okay, Rosa, you got 4 of air. As you can see with the unicorns, they are resting. This is a card of rest, of taking a vacation, of taking more time before making a decision, right? So this message is all about, you've been under a lot of stress and strain recently, and it's really time to pull back and nurture yourself, self-care. You know, maybe book a Reiki appointment wherever you are. Maybe get a massage, maybe do some yoga or meditation, maybe write in your journal, maybe plan a day to the beach, right? So that is what your spirit guides are requiring for you right now based off of the energy that you're at. All right, Melanie, anything from my angels, mom and dad, or general? All right, let's do a general card for you. Let's see what comes up for you. You got a great card, Melanie. You got the Empress card. This is a card that indicates abundance, luxury, and giving birth to your dreams. So for some people, they want to get pregnant. This is an indication of an incoming pregnancy. For most people, this is just a card saying it's time to give birth to your dreams. What is that? Have you always wanted to write a book or change your career or start that self-care program, right? Whatever it is that you desire, it is here for you. So the Empress brings a message of abundance. And that is a great card, Melanie. Congratulations on getting that card. Shannon says she wants a general message. I got you. All right, Jordan, we're going to have to block you. So sad, though. I hate when people do that. All right, Shannon, general, let's see what message spirit has for you. Ooh, great time for you, Shannon. You get the star. This is make your wishes. Dreams are about to come true. The star card indicates a happy time, a positive time, an optimistic time for you. This is like where things just start. Like today was my star day. Just everything was just going well. So with the star card, spirit asks you to make long-term plans. You are definitely on the right track. You're heading in the right direction. This is where you want to be. This is what you want to do. All right. Congratulations, Shannon. That is a great message to receive. Just been put on depression tablets. You know what, Melanie? I am like a lot of spiritual teachers are opposed to people taking medications. I am not. I also have anxiety and depression. I do not take medication, but again, I live this life, you know, so I'm able to manage my things that I go through, but I tell people all the time, take what you need. Don't feel ashamed or embarrassed. Listen to your medical doctors, listen to your practitioners. And you never know, in time, if you live like your spirituality, you may just get off of it naturally with the advice of your medical practitioner, of course. But don't be ashamed, all right? You know, honor the path that is for you, all right? Okay, Rel, general reading, I got you. You're welcome, Shannon. All right, Rel, you get the death card, which is otherwise known as the release card. Now, of course, it can indicate a death, but most times, like 90% of the time, this indicates a spiritual transformation. You're like in a place now where you're ready to let go of your past. You're definitely ready to move into a new spiritual cycle. This is evolution. This is lessons learned. This is leaving behind things that are toxic or no longer in alignment with you. So congratulations, Rel. You're definitely doing a good job with whatever it is that you're doing. All right. You're welcome, Rosa. Chell, I got you. You're next, Chell. I didn't for years, but knew I needed help. Thanks. Yeah. Listen, when I mentor my students, a lot of times people ask me, do I need to get off my psych meds? And I said, no, don't do that. But learn the stuff I teach you, because when you learn the stuff I teach you, it will bring inner peace, joy, happiness, right? And when you start to feel that way, it does alleviate the symptoms of depression and anxiety. But I had a client who was on 12 medications a day for depression, and she got off all of them. But it was me working with her and her working with her psychiatrist, because I never tell people get off your meds. Like, I'm not a medical doctor, right? So as she started to get better working with me, because she did the mentorship program, she worked with me, did soul coaching, did healing sessions. And in working with me, she found her joy again. And when she started to feel better, she would tell her psychiatrist, and then he would lower the dosage until to the point where she no longer needed any of it. So I've seen it with my own eyes. Okay. You're welcome, Raul. All right, Chell, you got King of Earth. Congratulations, love. This is success, abundance, and financial gain. So whatever is going on in your life, Chell, get ready for an up level because you got a successful moment in time coming to you. With the King of Earth, we call him King Midas. You guys remember that story of the king, whatever he touched turned to gold, right? So this tells me, Chell, that you're coming into a period in time where things are just going to be flowing to you. It's just going to be so easy. You're not going to have to work hard or stress about it. It's just flow. So enjoy it. All right. Because I feel like you deserve this. Yes, Thoko, you're next. You get King of Fire. Thoko, it's time for you to focus. The King of Fire is a man who's about his business. He's about his bag, right? So he's out here and he wants to achieve a lot of things in life. So when he comes in, it's time to focus on the things that you want to make your life better because the energy is here to help you see it through. All right, Thoko, that is your message. What time is it in South Africa, may I ask? Because it's 5:30 p.m. here on a Wednesday. I wonder what time is it over there? Yeah. Two kings back to back. Chell got King of Earth and Thoko got King of Fire. Those are really good cards. Anytime you have cards that are like kings or queens in the deck, it indicates people who are having like an authority vibe, whether they have authority over other people or just authority and energy. So they start to bring things around to themselves. 23. So that's 11:30 at night. Wow. Yes, Ife. Your card is, oh, I have to shuffle the deck. Absolutely, you can have a reading, not a problem. And again, if you guys have questions for me, don't feel shy. Like now is the moment to ask them, right? While I'm here, and I can take your questions right now. All right, Ife, you got the renewal card. Now, when we get this card, it's because you've been doing something or going down a certain path that hasn't been working for a while. And you've now like readjusted. So you're entering a phase in your life where you're going to be reviewing your energy, your thoughts, your mindset, your like everything. You're just going to be reviewing everything. And when you do this review, you're going to move in a new direction that's going to be fruitful for you. Okay. So that is a good message for you, Ife. Congratulations on this new movement. It's going to definitely bring you a lot of things that you desire. Thoko, I only do one reading per person, but I'll answer this for you. Does my ex-boyfriend still love me? When will I receive my inheritance? What I'll tell you is this. I don't read people without their permission, so I don't know if your ex-boyfriend still loves you, but in my experience as a woman, people don't just stop loving each other. Like sometimes we go through breakups because our energies don't fit, right? But that person could still love you. They may just be choosing themselves over you. So if someone broke up with you, I don't want you to take it personally, like they stopped loving you or they don't care about you anymore. It's just that they're choosing themselves. And this is one thing we have to learn and love. It's okay for people to choose themselves. We want people to choose themselves. We don't want people living for ourselves, right? You're welcome, Ife. So with that being said, if you care about your ex-boyfriend and you still love him and you still care for him, then why not love him as a friend? Right? Because love is love. So if you really truly love somebody, it shouldn't matter to you if you love them, that they're not in your life as a boyfriend, because then that's ownership, right? So if you are in love with that person, there's nothing stopping you from loving him and being there as a friend and being supportive and nurturing and caring, right? This is the meaning of humanity. And this is the meaning of us being like the stewards of each other. We can't just require people to come into our lives and selfishly fulfill the roles we put on them. If we say we love somebody, then we got to show it. And how we show it is by truly loving that person, right? Regardless of what they do. Yeah, that's my, and I'll tell you, I've actually done that to exes, people who broke up with me, and I still love them. And I just kept sending energy their way, like just loving them or being appreciative of them. Sometimes they come back, sometimes they don't, but it's okay because I don't ever let that determine how I feel about a person. All right. Is there any more questions? If not, I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording for YouTube. YouTube, I hope you enjoyed this spirit chat. And I hope that I see some of you in my mentorship program beginning July 6th. The link will be in the comments. All right.